Hello my fellow developers. So in the previous video we have worked on the logo components and also the user info components. Now this time I want to work on the navigation on the left side that we talked about. We need under them to have the links, so the links of the dashboard where you can actually navigate the dashboard. So in these navigation links we're gonna have like some icons. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is to go to the files that are attached to this video, or actually go to the GitHub repository if you want to, and grab this folder which is going to be inside components right here. And then inside the components we're going to go to inside the dashboard folder, and then this icon folder I want you to grab it and paste it in your application, because it's just simply going to be some components that return some SVGs. Okay, so there is nothing special right here, just some SVGs that we're gonna need in our application. So first of all, let me just run the application, so bandev, and then this SVG is going to be used there, but of course we need few other stuff. I want you to go and create another file that is very important to define the icons that we have, because I don't want to every time like I want to import this, I import it this way, but I want to do it rather in a more professional way in this use case. Okay, so I want you to go and close the components, close also the app, and inside the source folder I want you, let me close this. Inside the source folder I want you to create another folder that is called constants. So constants like this. This folder is gonna have like some of the informations like our icons, our data, like the menu is gonna have some sort of data there, like the links, which is gonna be an array. That array I want to store it like right here, for example. Okay, so this is just simply a file or few files that are going to store our constant information. So for the constants right here, if you go and create another file that is called icons.tsx, so simply now we can define, not tsx, just ts, okay, like this, and right here we can define our icon. So let's say for example we go export, just to show you, but I'm gonna copy paste it, just const icons. So we have an array right here, and inside this array define your icons. For example, you say the label of this icon, like for example, is dashboard. Okay, this is, or actually let me just give you a more understandable example. Let's say this is boxes. This is an icon that is called boxes. Okay, so we're gonna have a value for it, which is gonna be the name, which is gonna be boxes. Okay, and then also we have to specify what is the icon. So we can define it by its path, or we can actually call that icon directly, and we need to import that icon. Let's say import it using its name, boxes icon. Okay, and I'm going to import it from the icons folder. And if you see in the imports right here, I am importing it directly from the icons folder, and I don't have to specify the file there. Why? Because if you go back into my components, then icons folder right here, what I do is I have all the components right here, but I have created an index.tsx. And this is a trick for you guys. If you want to import like all the files just from the folder directly without having to go to the file, you just create an index and import all the files that you have here and just export them again. And this way, like this time, if I want the shipping icon, I'm not gonna go / component dashboard then icons then shipping. Okay, no, directly I can go shipping icon from dashboard, then from component dashboard then icons, and I will be able to get the icon easily. And this way is more professional and easier and more structured. So now any other icon I can just go right here and it will give me all the list of the icons directly. And this way we can just go and fill in like all the icons that I will add in my application, or for this dashboard I'm just gonna add them right here. This way is more professional. What I'm gonna do, simply I'm gonna copy paste this right here, and as you can see now I have my icons. Okay, pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So now that I have my icons array, as you can see, this is just simply the icons that I have, like create store icon and the path, etc. Pretty obvious. Now we have to actually create the not the component yet. I want to define a few informations first. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to this constants folder again, and I'm gonna create a new file, and I'm gonna call this data. This file is gonna be for our data, the constants or the fixed data that is not like something you get from the database. These are informations that are fixed and we can only change from this file. And let me go and create this, call this export, and then const, and let's call this admin dashboard, and then sidebar links or options, whatever you want to. Let's say for example options, like this. And this is just simply another array, and it's gonna have, so export, I forgot an R here. So now that we are exporting this array right here, we can specify also the objects that we have. So already I defined the first object, so let me go, for example, the label for this one. Our first link is gonna be dashboard. which always gonna return you to the main link of the dashboard. And then we're gonna need to add the icon for it, and the name of the icon, just the name of it. Now you see why I added that on the file. So if you just name it, so icon is dashboard, and we're gonna use this name just simply when we go to our icons, we can just look for it. So we can search for it, and we search by the name, and as you can see, it's called dashboard. So by just this value, I know this one, so I am needing this icon. So, and I can just simply get the path there, and you will see it in action. This is very easy. I'm explaining this like in this detail so you can understand how to approach this sort of dashboard stuff, doing it more professional. So right here, and then the last thing would be the link, and the link is also something very important, which is going to be /dashboard. And as you can see, this is for the admin, so it's going to be /dashboard, then /admin. And you continue with the rest. Like for example, the second link is going to be for categories, for example. So the label is categories, the icon depending on the name of the icon you have or the proper icon you want to use for it. So any icons you want, you can just simply go and download the SVG components and just create a file right here, and just simply have a normal React component and export it, and that's just simply gonna return that SVG, and go back to our icons and add that there. And now simply you can use it whenever you want to. Or you can simply not use it this way. By just having it there, you can just simply directly import this component in your application and use it. So now back into our data, I'm just gonna copy paste this. So I'm just gonna go back and just copy paste it like this, and done. But because we are doing things more professional, and I want to, okay, the name right here is butchered, so admin dashboard, and then sidebar options. So I want to do also something that is very important, which is having the types, because I want, when I have like my my sidebar, I want to actually, when I map through this array, I know which property they have, which is label, icon, and link. So we have to define like an interface for this, or a type. So this type, we can just simply now go back. This is another thing that we're going to do alongside this application. We're going to do it a lot. So I'm just going to go inside my lib folder this time, and I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call this types, and then .ts6 right here, or just .ts, and right here simply we can define that type. Okay, so this is just simply a normal type that you define, and let me just show you. Sorry, just give me a second. Okay, so we're just gonna go here and then export, and then interface, and we're gonna call it dashboard sidebar menu interface. For example, we have created an interface before, so you know what I'm talking about. And the properties are gonna be label, which is a string, and then the other two properties are gonna be icon and link, like this, link. And this way we have that here. So now I can go back to my data, and I can specify that this is gonna be this type, an array of this type right here. Okay, like this. So now if I want to add like another object right here, it will tell me automatically I need to fill in the three mandatory informations, which is icon, label, and link. And also when I map through this array, it's gonna show me directly the type safety. So I'm gonna have their label, icon, and link, and you will see that in example, of course. So this was like the first important part that we have to do to get this going. Okay, so that is the first thing. Now we actually can go, so I'm going to go back to my sidebar close to the right here. Now we need to add that here, and of course this sidebar, as I told you, it's going to take a property which is admin, and we're going to see if the is admin passed, that means this sidebar is going to be for the admin, and for that case we're going to show the sidebar navigation for the admin. If it's not passed, that means it's going to be for the seller, so we're going to show the one for the seller. So now let me go back, so let me actually close this constant lib and go back to the sidebar right here, and we can create that navigation file there. So let me just go create another file and call it nav-admin like this, .tsx, and enter. And now we have the navigation admin component, so we can name it something like, let me just go, do we need an interface for this one? Yeah, we need an interface because it's gonna take the menu links. So let me just show you, let me see. So what I'm gonna do, can we do it? Actually, I'm not going to do it with an interface. I'm going to do it directly, and I'm going to call this sidebar nav menu. Let me close that right here. And then simply, I'm just going to go right here, and it's going to take the links. So the sidebar nav admin is going to take the links, because sometimes if you want to, we don't want to have them too static. So sometimes you want to change your data and pass a different type of data there. You can have like a secondary informations right here in the data. So in the constant data, you may have another one or updated it, and you want to have a different name. I just pass different informations. So right here, we can just call this, like for example, menu links. menu links, and we can pass them right here. And here we just have to specify the type of the menu links, and we have talked about that the type is going to be this one that we have right here, which is the dashboard sidebar menu interface, which is going to be an array like that. And let me just import that again from the lib types. So now we're going to have the sidebar, so the sidebar nav admin, and it's going to take this menu links who are going to be the same type for this data right here. So now that we have done that, we can actually just go now back to our sidebar, and let me go back right here and see if is admin is true. Only when it's true, we're going to pass this sidebar nav admin right here. And when we do that, it says like we need to pass the menu link. So now we have to import this data that we have right here and pass it there. So we're going to pass this data and import it. Now we don't have any issues. And if I go back to my nav admin, now I can actually go and through the menu links right here and map through it. For example, just showing you for now, let's go just A for example, and we can access a.icon.label.link. That's why we added the types right there, so we directly can know what type of data we have right here. Okay, and of course you can update it depending on how you want to. So now let's actually create this component. So let's do it in the next video. So this video was very nice. Let's keep it short and sweet. In the next video we're gonna work on that. Okay, so yeah, see you in the next video.